Application of tile grout. It is important to identify which type of grout is going to be used in order to exercise relevant application procedure. The two types of grouts available are SmartCare cementitious tile grout and SmartCare epoxy tile grout. Surface preparation for tile grout application. To ensure proper tile grouting, it is essential to remove excess adhesives from the joints. This is applicable for cementitious as well as epoxy type of tile grouts. To perform tile grouting, it is recommended to wait for 24 hours from the time of tile installation. First, remove the grout spacers. Ensure that excess tile adhesive, dirt and dust is removed from between the tile grout lines. Use a brush and, if possible, a vacuum cleaner to blow clean the joints for dirt and unwanted tile adhesive. Now clean the tile surface with a lightly damp cloth. For exterior tile grouting, wet the tiles prior to applying SmartCare Tile Grout LM. Now the surface is ready for grouting. Now let's begin the application of SmartCare cementitious tile grout. Tools and material required: clean bucket, fresh water, large measuring cup, grout sponge, grout float, rubber towels, electrical mixing stirrer. Material: SmartCare cementitious tile grout. Mixing process. Start by adding clean cool water in a bucket. The amount of water to be taken is indicated in the TDS. Add powder to the measured water while the mixing machine is in operation. Follow the mixing instructions mentioned in the TDS. Mixing the material in incorrect proportions may lead to variance in grout color shade. Stir for 3 to 5 minutes using electrical mixing stirrer. Allow the grout to rest for 1 to 3 minutes and then remix the material. Please note, at this time do not add any more water. Now the material is ready for application. Application of SmartCare cementitious tile grout. Use a grout float to fill the gap with the grout mixture. A grout float is a thick rubber pad with a handle on it. Hold the float at 45 degrees angle to push grout across the tiles diagonally. This will force the grout directly into the joints. Make sure that each grout joint is completely filled. Next, drag the float diagonally at 90 degrees angle to remove excess grout from the top of the tile. Grout and tile can be cleaned within 30 minutes after application. Once the grout application is completed, allow the grout to set for about 10 to 20 minutes. Grout joints should feel firm to the touch. Now, using a light damp grout sponge, begin to remove the grout residue from the tile surface with a circular motion. Rinse the sponge frequently. Make sure you do not add any water on the surface. After grout cleaning is complete, use flexible sealant for your movement joints and corners matching the grout color. Wait for 2 hours, then wipe any remaining residue from the tile with grout sponge or cotton cloth. Allow the grout to cure for at least 16 hours before allowing light traffic. Here are some do's and don'ts of grouting to avoid any issues and achieve best results. Do's: wear impervious gloves, dust mask and safety glasses as recommended in MSDS during the entire application process. Before starting the mixing process, refer TDS for exact details on mixing ratio and right application process. Clean the surface thoroughly before you start grouting. Ensure that the tiles do not have any stains. If there are any cracks on the tiles, fill them up before you start grouting. Make sure that the joints are filled. You can do this by pushing grout into the joints with a float. After filling the joints, remove the extra grout from the face of the tiles. Don'ts: while applying grout, do not spread too much at once. Ensure that the grout doesn't harden before you can work it into the joints. Ideally, work in small 1 by 1 meter area at a time. Do not scrub the tile right after the application of grout. Let the grout dry before you can remove the excess grout. Do not use too much water for cleaning off the grout. Instead, use a cotton cloth or a sponge. You may notice some grout haze after the application. This can be easily cleaned with a cotton cloth.